well. I'm just gonna give it a second to catch up so I can see all the chat and also start live streaming on TikTok as well. All right, so I have had this project in mind for a while. I saw on actually through TikTok and in a quilting group that I'm in, the young and millennial quilters, people have been taking sweatshirts and making like quilted sleeves. So I want to start that project tonight. Hi Arnetta, how are you doing? So over the weekend, I had bought this jelly roll. I got it at Joann's. I don't think it's any like a particular brand. Yeah, it doesn't say like any particular brand. It's just like this. So it has 20 strips, has 10 designs, 2 of each. So I plan on just kind of like sewing them together, making stripes, and then I want mine to be like patchwork. The lady that I had seen do this did like horizontal stripes using a jelly roll, but I want to cut it out after I make it into patchwork. Hi Rita, how are you? Hi Mary Lou. Yeah, trying to stay warm. It was a little bit warmer today in the city, but super, super windy. I went out for lunch earlier and was like getting blown away. Oh, Arnetta, you finally finished it. That's exciting. Hi, Nicole. I'm so happy to see you guys all again. It's been a very busy week for me, so I'm happy to be on and gonna start working on this. I have a text 35 thread in from earlier. I was filming a bag for a tutorial. So I'm gonna try that even though this is quilting cotton and see how it goes. So my first idea is to kind of just lay these out in the order that I think will look nice. And usually I've only ever worked with jelly rolls that have like 5 or 6 different ones. So this has 10. So I'm just gonna move the sweater to the side because I don't need that right now. Thanks, Nicole. I was like so excited by this. When I was home this weekend, I went to one of the local Joann's near my parents, and I just loved the whole like spring vibe of this. I originally bought a fat quarter pack that was like Christmas themed because I was gonna make this sweater for Christmas and then just never had time to. So I'm kind of excited to make it more spring. And I also figure at first I was thinking Valentine's Day, but this is like floral and stuff, so I think I can use it for more than just that. Oh, a jelly roll quilt, nice. The only time I've ever did anything with a jelly roll before is I did some placemats. I think I showed it last week where it was like the pre-made one where you kind of like lay out your jelly roll and then quilt as you go. So I'm really excited to be trying this. I'm hoping it doesn't come out too crooked when I stitch it, but we'll see. I know people have said to like sew going in different directions, but I think because I'm going to chop it up after and make it patchwork that it should be okay. Oh yeah. So the quilt store back home near my parents that I go to, or even there's one here in the city, they have thankfully a lot of the smaller cuts. And I also like them because I feel like you can do so much with them, and because they're like smaller yardage, they're pretty affordable. And like I said, this is from Joann's, but the fabric isn't thin or anything like that. Definitely feels like similar to quilting cotton that I've gotten, from an actual quilt store. So I think it's gonna work fine. Aw, Io, hi. I'm so glad they made it to you. Yeah, we were busy when we got home packing everything up. So thank you so much for your support. Oh, I believe it, Nicole. Even like we see it right now online with the sewing community too, and the custom fabric groups. So many are closing. There's only one quilt shop near my parents that's like kind of close, and then here in the city there used to be Gotham Quilts, and then during the pandemic they they closed down and started going only like online, and now I just saw that they're closing completely, which is too bad because I really enjoyed going there. But I know another one called Keaton Quilts opened up, but I haven't checked his out yet. But it's in the garment district down in the city. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate everybody, and like whether or not you comment, I really appreciate it. And like it's true. Thank you so much if you like or subscribe to my channel. It helps it grow. And I mentioned before that I finally became monetized in December, and since then just like the growth has been going. Like every few days there's more and more subscribers, so I really appreciate it. And I look forward to these Tuesday nights. Yeah, the rents of everything of a physical store are so hard. Like I couldn't imagine having to run like a brick and mortar shop. It's hard enough just doing it online. Three, 6. All right, so I have all 10 laid out, but I don't know if this is the order that I want them. I just kind of like pulled them apart, so I had one of each. And this is going to be a lot wider than I expected to, which will be good because so my plan is I'm gonna make this like do the stripes and then like cut and make it checkerboard. But what I'm gonna do is cut off the sleeves and use them as a pattern to trace out. So I if this is actually wide enough, I might be able to get both sleeves on, you know, one set here. So I'll be pretty happy about that. All right, so I definitely want to move. I don't want polka dots near polka dots. So let me know what you guys think, if there's something that looks like blaringly like bad together. I'm just trying to break up the blues and the pinks and then make sure that similar prints are not next to each other. So now I'm debating about this last one, whether or not I put it on the end because I have two blues here, or tuck it up into here maybe. Hi Lucy, how are you? I really appreciate everybody. It's so nice joining in on Tuesdays and like seeing the same people. So I really appreciate your continued support, and then any newcomers, like welcome. All right, let me know what you think. I think this might be the order, unless on camera it looks like atrocious. So Lucy, I have a jelly roll, and my plan is to sew it all together, and then I'm gonna cut it and put it into like checkerboard kind of, and then replace. I have just like a plain sweatshirt. I think it's a Gildan brand, just from Joann's. And I've seen where people have cut off the sleeves and then like quilted onto the sleeve and sewed them back on. So you're basically making like a quilted sleeve sweatshirt. All right, light to dark. Oh man, does that require like the trick where you take it in like black and white and then order it? Yeah, I love scrappy, so I'm hoping, because so I don't want to keep it just vertical stripes. It's gonna rotate. So my plan is that once I have these sewed vertically, to then cut them and like move them around, so that way they patchwork. I keep saying checkerboard. I could not think of the word patchwork. All right, I think I'm just gonna go with it and hope it looks okay. Because I think if I do all like, I don't know if I'll want all the dark like the blues all together, I feel like that feels kind of heavy. Yeah, to see the grayscales. Yeah, Gail, right? That's the tip. Yeah, so what I've seen is that, and what I'm hoping that I can do is cut off the cuff, and I have a serger, so I'm hoping to like literally reuse the same cuff. So we'll see. All right, I think I'm just gonna go with it and hope it comes out okay. And I feel like by the time I like move it all around, it will break itself up. So I'm not going to clip these together either. I'm just going to line them up, and hopefully they stay like fairly even. Because it will be like clothes essentially, I'm hoping that I'm not too worried about everything lining up perfectly, especially because it's gonna be, I'm gonna cut out the sleeves from this. So if they don't line up exactly, I think it will be okay. When I put the new thread in, I didn't like test anything, and it already did like this crazy bird's nest underneath. So I might need to rethread. I also don't know, because I'm working with cotton, I might need to switch my needle. I was being really lazy and hoping that I didn't have to switch from a 90, but I think I might. All right, I'm gonna grab a different bobbin and a different needle real quick. I keep like a magnetic tray to the left of me, and I just have my needles in it. So I'm switching to a 70-10 universal. But like I said, that was just me being super lazy. And the bobbin that I had in was a plastic one, and this machine does better with the metal. So I just grabbed a different bobbin. It's white thread instead of gray, but I'm not doing the actual quilting with this yet, so I'm not too worried about the colors not matching. Oh, yay, Lucy, that's exciting. Hopefully you don't need surgery, but like, hopefully you can go back to work, you get all your accommodations, like that's nice. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I should do that leader piece. Do I even have a scrap? I have this scrap of water resistant canvas. Let's try that. The other thing too is I really need to, it's been a while since I've oiled the machine. I really need to open it all up. I do it all myself, take all the screws out and completely open and oil it. I've just been putting it off. So I know that will definitely help. But all right, Rita, you were right with the water resistant canvas leader piece. It went perfectly through. And now I haven't decided what else, but I'm thinking I want to put like a quilt block on the front of the sweatshirt as well. But I haven't decided like which kind, or if I want to do like a particular shape or anything. The one that I had seen did a Christmas tree for Christmas. But I want something where I could wear it like all year or during like the springtime. That's not like necessarily holiday specific. And thankfully this is going through pretty nicely that I'm not really having to line it up too much. You never have long sleeves. Yeah, I been living, I feel like, in sweatshirts and sweatpants this winter. It's been so cold up here. But I guess I can't complain because the South has been extra cold and you guys are not used to it. All right. And I'm not going to press my seams right now to either side. Just because, like I said, I plan on cutting this up after into sections to make patchwork. So for right now, I'm more just about getting it all lined up and sewed together. I was debating between this fabric and they had one that was like the same flower prints, but it was more black and red. And then I saw this one and I was debating, but I'm so happy I went with this one because it's like, it's brighter colors and I really love it. Especially maybe I'm hoping that spring comes soon. You dress like an Eskimo. Yeah, normally like it depends. Like my hands and feet are always cold, but for the rest of me, I can get really hot, especially if I'm moving around. Like in the old school buildings in here, they have like the steam heat. So like when I was in the classroom, I would get so hot. We would like open the windows in the middle of winter time. And I'm super excited to be trying this project because it's, you know, it's something fun that I've been wanting to do for myself. And Tuesday nights have been really great for me to try different things or work on different projects. Like today I was filming a tutorial for a bag pattern called the Mary Sue from Bell Originals. It's a crossbody bag and it is going to release on Saturday. So I'm like, okay, well, I've been doing a lot of bag stuff, filming, so this is nice. Even though I know the past few Tuesdays have all been kind of like quilting related. But I honestly love working with quilting cotton. Even making bags out of it, I'll use some vinyls for accents or cork. But I really do like using the cotton or cotton canvas as well. Oh, Groundhog Day is Sunday? Yeah, I saw northern Arizona and New Mexico because that storm is supposed to be coming across the country and hitting us on the East Coast, I believe, this coming weekend. So I'm waiting to see. I'm hoping that we don't get snow. Last time it wasn't too bad. We didn't get a whole bunch of snow here in the city anyways. There was more at my parents in Connecticut, but we've had I wouldn't call it super warm, but we've had a warmer couple days, and with the sun out, it's been melting it off. All right, I'm so excited. I think it looks really nice so far. I'm trying to rotate it on which side, like direction I'm sewing. And so far the ends are lining up pretty nicely, so I don't think it's warping or shifting too much. I'm actually gonna sew this one because I don't have markings on my plate to the left side, so I'm gonna sew it with the larger piece on top. That way it changes the direction. And like I said, I'm just doing that full 1/4 inch. It's so much easier. I'm terrible at the scant 1/4 inch. Whenever I try it, I can never keep an even scant 1/4. Hi, Deb. Yeah, so my plan is to use the actual sleeve. I plan on putting cutting off the sleeve and seam ripping it so it can lay flat, and using that to cut out and quilting right onto the sleeve because I want it to be soft inside. I'm hoping that, the quilting lines, I think it will be okay, especially if I switch from, this is that Tex 35 thread, if I just switch to like the regular Gutermann thread and quilt it with that. But even so, I'm hoping it will just kind of sink into the fabric of the sweatshirt because it's super soft inside. So I don't want to try to use batting or anything like that. Plus, I don't want it to be like bulky or stiff. So I'm hoping that if I use the sweatshirt sleeve, it still gives that drapiness and smoothness to it. Like I said, this is a whole experiment. I saw a woman make it, and like she kept the stripes like horizontal like this, and her sweatshirt turned out so cute. And there's been a whole bunch of them in that group, so I'm excited to finally try it. I love when I get jelly rolls that come with like the edges like this, so it doesn't fray as much. I know when I've gotten, depending where I get charm packs and stuff, sometimes they have these type of edges and then sometimes they're straight. And this is just, I'm going to say it's a little bit tricky, but I just got to be a little bit more mindful. I'm lining up the 1/4 inch line with the very top of the teeth. Or like what looks like teeth, I guess that's what I'm calling the edge. There might be a correct term for it, but... And if this turns out well, I might make some more. I have a whole bunch of fat 1/4 packs and charm packs that I've just been hoarding. They're like Tula Pink and stuff. So I'm trying to find like special projects to use them on. So what projects are you all working on? Whether sewing or knitting or anything, it doesn't have to necessarily be sewing. I always feel like I have a few different projects going on. Like I have the bag video I'm doing, now this one, I have cross stitch going on, and then last night I was like reteaching myself how to crochet, which I haven't done since I was like a kid. A lot of times I feel like I have so many ideas and just finding the time to put them all into action. Oh, that's so exciting, Rita. And do you are they like a particular line or just all a variety of fat quarter bundles? I love fat quarter bundles because I feel like you can use them easily for quilting projects, but I also think it's like the perfect amount of fabric if you're making a bag that you can use it for like accent pieces or whatnot. So usually if I have like if I really like a fabric but I don't necessarily know or have a project in mind, I love grabbing the bundles. Hi Krista. Oh, the 9 patch for Saya's. Nice. I saw that she was doing that. That would be fun. I should use that. I have a whole bin of scraps behind me. That would probably be really cool to use up some of them. Oh, that's great, Rita. That's a good variety, too. Nicole, what do you plan to make with them, or you're not sure yet? I have a fat quarter bundle of Tula Pink's, what is it called? It's the Alice in Wonderland. Curiouser and Curiouser. And I bought the Woolly Petals ghost pattern for like quilt pattern. And I have the idea to make it, it's like patchwork, and then I want to do the ghost with like her white fairy print, like the fairy flakes. But I need to get, I think it's 3 more fat quarters that I need. So I haven't started cutting or anything yet because I want to get all of it first before I decide to start putting it together. Oh, nice. I remember. Okay, you were saying before about the Elizabeth Hartman. You definitely have to post pictures when you're making it. I cannot wait to see that. Oh my gosh, 288 pieces? That's so many, Rita. I definitely have so much more respect for like sewists and quilters since I've learned and know how much time actually goes into quilts and stuff now. And just the amount of time cutting all of it. That's my least favorite part of quilting. I love like piecing and putting everything together, but that cutting. Oh, that's really nice, Lucy, though, that you guys all get together. I have to look. I've done, I think I've done patterns by Crafted by Leanne. She has the, oh yeah, the Harlequin. That's the one where it's kind of like the triangles that come together. And a little wristlet. I really like that pattern. I forgot that she rebranded the name of her company. I like that though, Woodland. I definitely like anything like naturey and stuff. Hence why I think I went with the florals. That's so funny. You got all different things going on. That's great about the welding caps. That's so convenient. I didn't realize that was even a thing until joining so many of the sewing groups and seeing people make them. And then that's fun too. I always love seeing like the welding or even like the nurses caps or the doctors caps. Like I think it's fun to add, you know, something I don't want to say bright and colorful, but you know, your own unique touch adds to it in a profession where you might not otherwise be able to. It's getting like larger, so it's getting a little heavier, so I'm trying not to like weigh it down. Yeah, Lucy, the color blocking. That's really nice. That bag gives a lot of different options and ways that you can make it. Oh, see, that's nice with the crossbody. I've made them just as the wristlet, but any bag that I make for myself, I always make a crossbody. I just like having my hands free. It's very rare that I use an actual wristlet. I think the only time is if I'm going to like a concert or something where I need something really small that I can't bring in. Oh no. It's really exciting though about the points. I was filming earlier today for month 7 for Cotton Cuts quilt, and I had a few points that matched up so perfectly, and I'm like, oh, this is so satisfying. It's the best feeling. It's awesome to have like a group that you can meet in person. I would love to either start that or find that here in the city. They do have like that Keaton quilts. You can rent out studio space. But I feel like I need to take a class. There's a few other places within driving distance that have classes, because I love that being in like with people in person. That community aspect is so nice. Oh, I'll have to look up that one, Nicole. I'm not familiar with that one. It's funny because I never thought that I would enjoy or like appreciate quilting. My mom, her whole house is decorated in like a country style, which is not my style, but it has, you know, she has quilts on the beds and stuff. And I'm like, all right, this is not really my thing. But then I discovered like more modern quilting and all the bright colors, and I definitely fell down the rabbit hole with it. Oh, that's awesome, Lucy. I'll have to check. Are there any East Coast people? Yeah, I'm really excited to go to So Whatever Studio in April, and I'm hoping, I'm not sure which other ones, but I'm hoping to get to at least one more show. I don't know if, or I'm hoping that maybe Amanda from So Bestie does a Sewcation in Florida, or if Salty Sews does theirs again, that maybe I can make it work. It's just so much easier. And I know Mojo Sews, which we did in November, she wants to do another one. So I'm hoping, that was so fun. I'm hoping we do that again. One of my goals for 2025 is to do more events or more things in person. So really trying to make that happen. That's funny, Lucy. It's true. I'm sometimes I'm shy, sometimes I'm not. If I know they might like sewing, then I don't mind talking to people. Or like, you know, once I'm first introduced, then I don't mind, but sometimes it's making that initial contact. Oh, it's a Drunkard Path quilt. Those look so fun because it has like the rounded edges and everything. And there's so many variations of those. I saw that, Krista. I think it was Lindsay that posted something, and so that's why I even like brought it up, hoping that they do it. I wanted to join so bad last year, but just the timing of it fell so close to when I went back to school that I couldn't. It was like I just got back to work and then to try to take time off. So. Yay, I'm so excited how this is looking so far. So I just got the 2 more strips on the end, and then I'm going to start cutting it. I did do a bag similar, the same idea as this. I made one of my willow wristlets out of quilted cotton, just using like a plain colored jelly roll strips that I had bought from Walmart. And I did the same exact thing. I just sewed a few together and then cut out my pattern pieces and quilted it onto foam. And that turned out really well. So I see a lot in the quilting groups about people making bags using like the traditional, like, you know, using batting and like a backing piece. But I really like having that quilted top part, but doing the interior like with the lining, or the same way that we would with some of the other bag patterns. I wish I could though. So that is it in September, Lucy? Because I remember, well, there's 2 things. One, it's all the way in California, so it's so hard coming from New York. And then 2, I think it's in September, and we start school. I'm a teacher during like for my day job, and we start school after Labor Day. So it's so hard to like take off time just after the school year. Because we only get like our school breaks. Otherwise, we're allowed like 3 personal days and stuff. Because I saw that Kathy from K-Dill Handmade was gonna teach. It just looks so fun. Yeah, that's like the one bummer about you know, like a lot of the sewing expos and stuff happen you know, during the fall, or they'll start on like a Thursday, so it makes it really difficult. And I know the Sewcation Las Vegas is in the summer, but just being so far, uh, you know, whether to like drive out there to vend and stuff would just be really difficult. All right, last one. Oh wow, Nicole. Yeah, that's hard to compete. I think I would choose a vacation if it like, you know, to a tropical beach if it was going to cost the same. So this top row is perfectly straight. The bottom is a little bit shifted, so when I cut my rows out of it, I'm going to start from the side that is already straight. Yeah, I love the beach. I couldn't imagine living somewhere not within driving distance of the ocean. And like where I went to school in Florida was in St. Petersburg, and my school was right on the beach. I was very spoiled. Which is funny because like I don't really like sand. Hi Winter, hi Willow, hi Addie, I miss you guys. Hi Meg. My nieces are on watching. I saw them this weekend and they're like, make sure you say hi to us. So every Tuesday night now I look for them in the comments. Oh, okay, Rita, that makes me feel better because I'm like, some of these, there's only a couple, like you can see it's lined up pretty good except over here. And then these are the same length, so maybe those fabrics are different. Because it's not a huge difference either. Yeah, my nieces are, they love it because they watch YouTube and stuff, so they don't, they're so used to streaming and everything or watching like shows on YouTube. It's so different from how we grew up. So yeah, now whenever I'm live, I always look to see if they pop on and say hello. All right, perfect. So let's see how this next part of my plan works. Hi, Dad. Yeah, it's funny because they watched YouTube. They're like, "You're famous." They're still young, so they don't have like concepts of the different amounts of followers and whatnot yet. And sometimes I think they know more than I do. All right, so here's my plan. We'll see how well it works. I am going to cut this into strips. So it's a little bit wider than the cutting mat that I have. And I'm right-handed, so I might have to move this a little bit more so I can get it, but let's see. Oh, that's nice, Nicole. Yeah, we FaceTime all the time. Oh, that's definitely true with my mom. My nieces help my mom and dad all the time with their phones. The best thing that ever happened is that Apple added where you can share your screen. So now, like, if my mom needs help, I'm like, Mom, share your screen. Alright, so my plan is I have like my long ruler here. I know it's a little hard to see. And I'm going to cut these into 2.5-inch strips because that is how wide the jelly roll was to begin with. So I'm just going to try to keep it consistent. And because my cutting mat is only 16 inches long, this is closer to 20. So I'm just moving it. And then I'll show you the tip that I saw about how you can, I don't know if I'd call it quickly, but kind of quickly make a patchwork. So we'll try it. It involves some seam ripping, so hopefully hopefully it's not too bad. And then I'm cutting it so you can kind of see it in the camera. I know it's a little bit difficult. So you used to either cutting on the floor, or I put a cutting mat on this IKEA table that I have. So I'm just trying to keep it within the frame. So I apologize if you don't see it all the way or see it completely. Hi, Marcy. How are you doing? That's funny, Rita. Yeah, I definitely use my phone a lot, but I also really love technology. But I agree. Like, even as a teacher, there's definitely places for technology, and then there's other times where, it's better to do it the old school ways. All right, so this is what I saw in a video. We'll see how it goes. So I've cut the 2 strips here. And so you could see that if you were to line them up, the patchwork would be, the same. So what they did is they cut off or seam ripped, like, for example, so this one I'm going to start at the end. So I'm only going to seam rip 1 and then sewing it to the other side. And then hopefully, I'm hoping that by seam ripping this, it's not very wide, so I'm hoping it pulls apart fairly easy. Although the gray thread is blending in very, very well. So Rita, I have no idea, because I thought the Borgello is like the one that kind of looks curvy. If this is how you do it, I have no clue. So it might be, and I just don't know that that's what I'm doing. So I'm completely like self-taught with quilting, so there's a lot of stuff that I have no idea. But yeah, so I had seen this quick video, so now that I seam ripped it from here, I'm going to add it to the end. And then basically you just work your way down the pattern following this, and you will get that patchwork. So instead of cutting all these little 2.5-inch squares separately, you're only having to sew the big strips together and then one seam instead of 10 individual smaller seams. So I'll try to fold it up so I can show you. So now if I line these up, you'll see that the pattern has shifted over by one. So my plan is I'm going to cut all the strips and move them, and then I think I'm going to press the seams opposite ways, like one row going to the left, the other going to the right, so I can nest them. So my plan right now is to just continue going like this. Oh, all right. So see, Rita and Nicole, you guys are teaching me something new. So now I'm going to fall down that rabbit hole of Borgellos when I get off with you guys. Because I always see them. They're absolutely stunning. But now that would make sense if you do it this way, because I would not want to sew all those little pieces. And I was debating if I should try to sew like the rows together, back together, or cut it first, but I think cutting, or at least cutting some of them, is probably better. And they probably would have lined up straighter had I ironed this first, but that's okay. Oh, okay. So I didn't know that Borgellos, like I just thought they always curved, because everyone that I've ever seen, or when people have posted it and called it that, they always curved. So that is good to know. And I love this. I love that I learn just as much from you all as if you guys learn anything from me. Yeah, so again, like now I'm just ripping those two. And thankfully they're coming apart really, really well. So definitely can't complain about that. Oh, okay. So is the different widths what create that curve, or um, is that just part of the technique in general? Oh, oh my gosh. First of all, I couldn't even imagine, Rita, making a quilt that large. That's incredible. I think I might need oh, maybe not. I thought I might have had to pull this out and use a leader piece. So part of me wants to kind of sew this together to see how it looks, but I really don't want to press everything. I wonder if I could be lazy. I'm gonna try one. But I'm like, will I have to clip it? I'm gonna see how well it goes if I just kind of try to match this up without pressing. Especially because, like I said, it's going to be a sleeve, so it's going to be cut out and curved. So it's not a huge deal if the points don't match up to me. Because I can't control, or at least not that I know of, I don't think there's a button to control the presser foot pressure, so it tends to push my seams for me. So I'm hoping that what will happen is if I can watch that top seam going one way, that the bottom will just push it the other way. Because that's the other thing, and this would be so tedious with how small all these squares are. And actually this has a seam ripper stiletto combo, so I'm just gonna switch because I keep putting my fingers super close. Oh wow, all of them are that size. We have a queen, so that's the largest I've ever made, was a queen size. I'm also short though, so like my only requirement with like quilts and blankets is that they're long enough to cover my feet. So like even my throw puff quilt that I made it like just tall enough, because I'm 5'2", so just tall enough that like when I lay on the couch it will cover me completely. No, I haven't. Is that on is it on YouTube, Nicole? I'll have to check it out. I'll add it to my list of what I watch. Oh, okay, awesome. I'm definitely gonna search for it. Oh, of course, I just ran out of bobbin thread. But you know what? It's close to 9, so maybe I'll end it here for tonight. I'll just have to backstitch over here and continue that line. But I think for not clipping anything and for not pressing my seams, it lines up pretty darn good. Oh, that's nice. Quick videos. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I enjoy videos where they're like either short and sweet or, you know, show you exactly like what you need to know. Thanks, Nicole. Yeah, so I'm just going to continue this. This will be my project. Hopefully this weekend I'll get to finish it. Like I said, my bobbin just ran out here. And so Tuesdays I like to stay on about an hour. So I think I'm going to hop off in a second and just continue this pattern down. So I'm really excited. I will keep you updated. I don't know, it depends on what other things that I'm working on this week. So ideally I would love to work on it this weekend, but if not, maybe this will part 2 on Tuesday night, and I'll cut apart the sweatshirt and show you guys how I do that. But if I don't, I'll probably still film it to put, because I think it's going to be a fun process. All right, well, I'm going to stop there. So I hope you guys have a great night, a great week. Thank you so much for joining in with me. Like I said before, I really, really look forward to Tuesday nights, especially so many of you coming back. So it's really great. Oh, Nicole, part 2 would be fun. Yeah, so I think what I will do is finish the rest of this like on my own on the weekend just for fun, because basically you saw how I'm doing this step, and then pick up with cutting apart the sweatshirt and doing that part. Aw, thanks, Rita. So, I don't know if any of you guys celebrate, but it's Lunar New Year Eve. So, New York City schools, the kids have no school tomorrow. So, Happy New Year if you celebrate. Or if you don't, now you might know it's Lunar New Year Eve. So, all right, I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you next week. Bye.